Hello, and welcome to Softer. This is Mara Morales. Welcome back to Softness in Action. This week, we've been exploring finding peace within. We've discovered the sacred pause. We've met ourselves with curiosity. We've begun letting go of what no longer serves us. We've returned to the present moment. And yesterday, we talked about releasing what we cannot control. Today, I'd like to talk about something that often feels difficult: acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. It doesn't mean we stop hoping for change. Acceptance simply means we stop arguing with reality. Think about how much energy we spend saying, "This shouldn't be happening. They shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't feel this way. If only things were different." Those thoughts are understandable. We've all had them. But while we're busy resisting what already is, we lose the strength we need to respond wisely. Imagine standing outside during a rainstorm. You can spend the afternoon wishing it were sunny, or you can open an umbrella. The rain may continue to fall, but your experience of it changes. Acceptance is our umbrella. It doesn't stop life's storms. It helps us walk through them with greater peace. There will always be mountains we didn't choose, unexpected detours, disappointments, heartbreak, change. But within every one of those moments remains a choice. Will I fight what already is, or will I gently ask, what is this moment asking of me? Sometimes the answer is courage, sometimes patience, sometimes rest, sometimes forgiveness, and sometimes it's simply taking one more breath. Today's small act of kindness is this: the next time you catch yourself wishing reality were different, pause, take one slow breath, then gently say, "This is where I am, not forever, just now." Then ask yourself, what is the kindest next step I can take from here? Not the perfect step, not the biggest step, simply the next kind one. Kindness fuels kindness, which fuels kindness. And peace often begins the moment we stop fighting the present and begin living it. Now, let's slow down together. Find a comfortable position, sitting or lying down. If it feels safe, gently close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and gently breathe out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Allow your shoulders to soften. Relax your jaw. Relax your forehead. Let your hands rest comfortably. Imagine yourself standing beneath a large oak tree. The wind begins to blow. The branches sway. The leaves dance. The tree doesn't resist the wind. It moves with it. Its roots remain steady. Its trunk remains strong. It bends without breaking. Now imagine yourself standing beneath that same tree. Feel your feet firmly planted on the earth. Notice that life around you continues to move. Some things are changing. Some things are uncertain. And yet, you remain grounded. Silently repeat, "May I meet this moment with acceptance. May I respond with wisdom instead of resistance. May I trust that I can take the next kind step." Take one more slow breath in and gently breathe out. Rest here for another moment. Notice the calm that comes from allowing this moment to simply be. Then slowly begin bringing your awareness back to your body. Notice the chair supporting you. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, and when you're ready, Open your eyes. As part of this week's Softness in Action Challenge, spend a few moments with your Softness in Action journal. Reflect on these questions. What reality have I been resisting? How has that resistance affected my peace? What would it look like to meet this moment with acceptance instead of struggle? Remember, acceptance doesn't mean you've stopped believing things can get better. It simply means you've chosen to begin from where you are. Before we finish today, I'd love to share another softer story. This one comes from Diane in Ann Arbor, Michigan. She writes, Dear Mara, last winter I slipped on the ice and broke my ankle. Overnight, my life changed. I couldn't drive. I couldn't work. I couldn't even carry a cup of coffee from the kitchen to the living room without asking for help. At first, I spent every day wishing things were different. I was frustrated with my body, frustrated with my circumstances, frustrated that life wasn't moving at the pace I'd planned. One afternoon, my physical therapist gently said something I'll never forget. She smiled and said, Diane, healing begins when you stop wishing you were somewhere else. These words settled into my heart. That evening, instead of focusing on everything I couldn't do, I celebrated one small victory. I walked to the mailbox on my own. The next day, I walked a little farther. Little by little, my body healed. But even more importantly, so did my spirit. I've learned that acceptance isn't giving up. It's giving yourself permission to begin again. With gratitude, Diane from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thank you, Diane, for sharing your beautiful story. Your words remind us that acceptance isn't the end of hope. It's often the place where hope quietly begins. When we stop spending our energy wishing we were somewhere else, we discover the strength to take the next step from exactly where we are. Now, we'd love to hear yours. Has someone ever shown you kindness you'll never forget? Has a simple act of compassion changed the way you see the world? Or has softer inspired you to become a little gentler with yourself or someone else? Share your softer story by emailing us at thesofterpodcast@gmail.com. Your story may be featured in a future episode and could become the encouragement someone else needs to hear. And if these daily moments of reflection are meaningful to you, please take a moment to like, follow, and subscribe to Softer. It helps us reach more hearts and continue to build a kinder, more connected world together. Thank you for listening to Softer. Our music is by Rebecca De La Torre and Thomas Searing. Softer is produced by Michelle Severson. This has been Mara Morales. Carry the softness with you today.